What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the show. Happy Friday. I'm happy the weekend's here. Short week next week, short week around Thanksgiving as well. It's going to be some smooth sailing for the rest of the month, if you ask me. But check it out. In this video, you're not going to believe what Brad Garlinghouse just said in a brand new interview. Don't you worry, I got you covered. Like, it actually slipped on camera. And the crazy part about it, it lines up perfectly with what the insiders have been whispering for months. This isn't some random interview. This is the one that's going to connect Ripple's next move, XRP's little hidden price structure, and the reason every major player is quietly positioning right now. You know how it always feels like they know before we do? Yeah, well, this time it's different because we know before they do. Let's break down what Brad said, how it ties into the chart setup that's playing out exactly as planned, and why this might be the last cheap XRP you ever see again. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button and you are subscribed to the channel. That thumbs up is the ultimate free way to support the channel. And if you don't want to support the channel in the free way, you can always click that join button down below each and every single video. And for the price less than a cup of coffee per month, you get to go ad free. It's a win-win either route you go. Bitcoin, $100,523. It's currently down 2.36%. ETH coming in at 3,266. It's down 3.66%. And XRP leading the pack like she always does. Down 4.66%, coming in at $2.19. We are only up 5% on the year. Look, Bitcoin, 100,000, major level. You don't want to see it broken. I'm not talking about it goes down for 99,000 for a second, it comes back up. You don't want to see daily closes, and especially you don't want a weekly close under 100K. That is your major level. We need to pay attention to it. As you can see in the markets, we have other altcoins which are running Zcash on an absolute ripper. ICP finally waking up, about to get back into that double-digit territory. Filecoin looks like it's going to go. So it looks like we got some hope of a little bit of an alt season coming, right? Just stay strong, stay patient, stay positioned, accumulate if you can. And just know that, the markets are going to shape back up. I've spoken about this $90,000 to $92,000 region, a CME gap, over in my Patreon group months ago. And I always told them to keep it in back of their minds because you know what? As I said, those CME gaps, they usually get closed, 70, 80, 90% of the time, whatever the number is around there. You can look it up. So just pay attention to it. But Bitcoin, let's keep above 100K and let's get this breakout in its run towards the end of the year up to 140 to 170. As far as your XRP chart is, you can see my circles are still intact, didn't touch them. You can see the chop zone sitting in here as well. Look, 218, it's an institutional accumulation. It's very obvious what they are doing. The market maker's been told, keep it down, let the big boys accumulate why it's down here. Let them stack their bags. Every time we get within this region, your $2 region to 235, we see the stall out. We just see it hold and chop, right? We've been doing it for the past month. What do I read into this? Very simple. Textbook stealth consolidation. That's exactly what I see here. This is going to be broken. I did put out the tweet yesterday. I do think we come down to this little green support bar that you were seeing, like the $1.90 range. I do believe we test it. I'm not going to say we're going to sit down there for a while. I do believe that there's a quick little wick that hits it and then we bounce back up, and that's going to be the reversal. Once we see XRP above $4, it's going to be go time. Remember, Thursday is your first ever ETF. That's what you need to be getting ready for and paying attention to. If you didn't join the newsletter, go ahead. Links down below. It's free. Hit join, put your email in. You'll get an email from me. Hit confirm for the double opt-in that you want to be part of the email. And you get emails, newsletters, updates before anything hits YouTube or anywhere else straight to your inbox. I think we're going to be on number 4. I forget at this point. It's even 4 or 5. But they go out. Some good info too. Look, let me get this. Garlinghouse yesterday, blockchain summit with Pantera Capital. You love to see it. We call this the Brad slip. So Brad during this, and this is the full clip. I'm not going to play it to you. I'm going to jump into another one after this where we're going to cut it down a little bit. But Brad tells you that they are working on a couple of more acquisitions right now. Very interesting. We've seen all the companies they purchased over the past year, right? So the question is, where are they going to go now? Because look, Ripple already has Fortress and Citadel securities behind them. They have Ripple Prime. They got Metago, however we want to call it, and Hidden Road now in the mix. And he's telling you, and they also got Rail, the stablecoin platform, right? And he's telling you that there's more. That's not just an expansion. This is an empire that is building out right in front of your very eyes. It is very clear what Ripple is doing. They're locking down infrastructure. Not for crypto traders, but for global liquidity hubs. The kind of acquisitions that rewire how money moves at the deepest levels. It is the same exact playbook that the banks used in the early 2000s. Think about that. But this time, it's crypto driven. It's the crypto narrative. You understand, Ripple is not chasing adoption. They are just quietly absorbing it with these massive, massive companies. And the timing, well, if you ask me, right before regulatory clarity goes global, it's not coincidence, folks. That's chess. Oh, and this talks today, I wish I pulled it up. I didn't get to pull it up, that the U.S. government might reopen. The vote's going to go on out there. It was reported by Political. But let's get into this. Here's the Brad interview. Talking about the regulatory North Star. Everyone keeps forgetting this part. XRP is the only digital asset with regulatory clarity before legislation. Let me read that again. XRP is the only digital asset with regulatory clarity before legislation. They legit wrote the law after Ripple won the case. That means XRP is the legal precedent. XRP is the template. So while everyone is out there arguing about Ethereum ETFs, who's the best crypto trader, what altcoin's gonna pump next, Ripple's over here building the financial internet with the blessings of the law. It's the North Star moment. Everything else orbits around it. And the irony is that the same clarity that was meant to contain XRP might be the exact same thing that unleashes it full-scale global use case. Don't forget, you have ETFs coming next Thursday. It will be approved. Listen up.
We're physically located outside of the United States of America. And you were the only one, still idiot, to be in the United States and being sued.
I mean, obviously, I don't think we're an idiot, but I mean, there was a period of time, there was a sad reality, and I'm sure, like, Pantera has been one of the most successful investors in crypto land. But the advice I used to give some of the entrepreneurs you backed was, don't incorporate in the United States. And it's not because we're trying to circumvent. I mean, again, you had, I'm quoting Gary Gensler. By the way, now you're getting me riled up. Like, I get all fired up about this. You had Gary Gensler out there pontificating about how the crypto is the Wild West. That is the furthest thing from the truth. Like, the people I knew were trying to give us clear rules, help us understand those rules, and don't just sue us without actually providing that guidance. And so, it took a while, but we're finally in a happier place. And, Ripple was fortunate to be in a position where we could fight the fight. We did think about just moving to offshore and kind of saying, to hell with our U.S. business. For 4 years, I mean, we were still based in the U.S., but during those 4 years, we basically didn't sign any contracts in the U.S., and we signed, scores of contracts with financial institutions overseas. Now, the U.S. is still the regulatory North Star for many Western economies, and so they look to the U.S., and so it hurt our business across Europe, less so in Southeast Asia and the Middle East, but it was a tough years.
It was, and actually, I wanted to point out for the audience that The US government's stance on blockchain is literally the polar opposite of the rest of the protocols that we call the internet, right?
Yeah.
The US government literally built ARPANET and gave all kinds of safe harbors.
Al Gore invented it.
Yeah, Al Gore invented it. That was nice of him. But they gave, safe harbors in Congress, 8.25% discount for Amazon versus a real bookstore with, bricks and mortar. And all of the biggest internet companies in the free world are in the U.S., and they were scaring all the protocols out of the U.S.
I like, again, you're preaching to the choir on this one. I still think they're going to be, this to me does represent the future of rewiring financial infrastructure. It's cheaper, it's faster, it's more auditable. Like those are all things that the government should care about, and it's good for consumers, it's good for businesses, it's good for growing the economy. Why we had a period of time the U.S. government was anti these technologies makes no sense to me. But we're past it, and so we're entrepreneurs that build for the future. So
in building, you're doing a lot of.
There you go. Brad said it right there. Between what he's saying that we're the only, or XRP is the only asset that has legal clarity within the US, gives it that head start that we are looking for, right? He didn't slip here. He leaked. He told us the truth, intentionally or not. Ripple's going to keep acquiring. They're going to keep building out the internet of value. Everything from your chart setup to your acquisitions to clarity. There's so much news going on in India. We'll touch on that next video. And what a world is busy staring at these ETF inflows for Bitcoin, the real monetary revolution, and it's happening right under your nose. You can call it a coincidence or you can call it their plan. Either way, when this thing detonates, it's going to make every past XRP rally look like a warm-up. So yeah, Brad just let it slip. And now everything's out. Hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. I'll catch y'all back. Remember, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The second video of the day drops. Make sure you check it out. Got something special in store for you.